Hey guys, how you going? Metal here. So I'm going to show you about the Pokemon camp method, which you can use to shiny hunt some of the new legendaries that is actually a few seconds faster than soft resetting for these shinies. And to prove that it's fast, I'm going to have a timer on and we're going to go through both methods and you can see how much time you can make up and where you can make it up. Okay, let's first try the soft reset method. Now I'm going to start the timer just as I encounter Virizion, because if you stand right on her, you automatically encounter her without having to move. So let's start the timer right as I encounter her. Ready? Now. Alright, so soft reset out. Unfortunately it wasn't shiny. We go through this. I'm going to try to keep it consistent. I'm going to try to go as fast as I possibly can through all the menuing, and then I'll stop the timer just as we first see the Virizion to see if it's shiny or not. So we'll go through our favorite menuing screen. I have gone to this screen several thousand times in the past. I'm up to 25 seconds so far. I'll stop the timer as soon as we see the Virizion. Now that time was 33:61. Now, I wasn't directly on top of it when you would normally soft reset because I was trying to set everything up. So if you give or take half a second in that, we could even give it a bit of leeway and say about 33 seconds it was for the soft reset method. Okay, this time let's try the Pokemon camp method. So I'm going to start my timer at the exact time that we encounter Virizion for the first time, and we want to keep everything fair, so let's try that. Run into it the first time we see if it's shiny or not, which is not. Start our timer. This time I'm going to go through the whole process of the encounter. So my Zapdos is going to have a big cry out. The weather is in the way, so that's interesting. We could stop the weather by changing the time to see if that makes much of a difference or not. It'll save us a couple of seconds, or maybe save us 1 second. But this time I exit, I run out, I'm going to the camp. I'm going to spam B, quit camping. We're going to run back into the Virizion and stop it right when we see it. So that was 28:67 this time. So that was 5 seconds of difference compared to the soft reset method, and that was when it was hailing. So if you want to change the weather to something where it's not hailing, or there's not a sandstorm, or anything like that where there's an extra box of dialogue, you'll be able to save an extra half a second or so. So if we take into account that we had to run into the Virizion when we did the soft reset method, but it was also hailing, it's a bit of a muchness now. So overall, it saves about 5 seconds. Now, 5 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time in a soft reset hunt, or in any shiny hunt for that matter, but when you're doing thousands and thousands of encounters, it saves quite a lot of time. Now, 5 seconds over 1,000 encounters, which is still quite under odds, even with the shiny charm, overall saves you 5,000 seconds, which is 83 minutes. You're saving an hour and 23 minutes every 1,000 encounters that you're doing when you're doing the camp method over the soft reset method. Now you can do this method for all 3 Swords of Justice, and you can also do it for Spiritomb as well. So that's 4 Pokemon that you can use the camp method for, and you can save lots and lots of time. I hope this video is really helpful for you guys. If it is, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe if you haven't before. And I'm also going to put in this corner here a link to my Poke tutorials, which will help you out a lot in all the DLCs.